So how are you doing today, fine sir?
Doing well, thank you. So this thing was built in early 50, or it's actually production was 51, but it was built in 50, so it's an early 50. The guy I bought it from had found it in Nampa, Idaho. He was just going around the block. He was restoring a Bowles arrow himself, and when he went around the block, saw this thing sticking up over a fence, went inside, inquired about it. Thing's just beautifully stocked.
And it's
the wood,
35 feet long?
35 feet.
My name's Mike Grayman.
And where are you from, Mike?
We're from SeaTac, Washington.
And you've also got a 35-foot Spartanette, which
Yeah.
is super rare, and it's about, what, 40 numbers away from your buddy?
40, 45, somewhere in there, yeah.
All right.
Well, we bought it in 2014 and completely gutted it. The only thing that did not come out was a shower stall.
Oh, wow. And probably couldn't, well, let's show the wall off.
Yeah, it won't fit out anything, so I moved it around probably 100 times, move it forward and work in the back. And
so you redid all the woodwork inside yourself?
replaced all the ceiling and wall panels, rebuilt a couple cabinets that were rotten, like the kitchen sink cabinet and the bathroom sink cabinet.
Yeah.
All the other cupboards are original. I just stripped them down and refinished them.
Yeah, well, a lot of shellac.
A lot.
The thing is completely stock. All the wood is original.
Oh, wow.
They did a light sand and a little bit of shellac, and then they did the varnish over, so it really
And
dropped
shellac
back
would have
off.
been what they originally used on these.
I believe so, yeah. Moved to Mount Shasta, the state campground there, where they lived as a camp host. And he was a contractor, so he was able to re-insulate, rewire, plumb. And that's kind of what I was looking for, enough money to pay them cash for this one that was pretty well usable, but still needed some work to be done. And it's a project.
It had never been polished, but Mama likes shiny, so I polished it, and we took it down to Tulsa, Oklahoma in 2021 for the 75th anniversary of Spartanette Trailers.
Oh, wow.
Got stuck in snow. We ended up being on the road for 2.5 months. It needs polished again.
But it made it, and it kept you warm.
It made it, kept us warm and dry, and we had a lot of fun.
Were park models back in the day,
there's
correct?
no tanks on any of these, right?
So that someone would have lived in these inside of a trailer park back in the 30s or 40s.
But this is aircraft aluminum steel frame. The aluminum on this, when I got it, it wasn't reflective, but it was clean. So then I had a crew of I think it was 3 or 4 guys and a young lady from Indiana. 360 plus hours. They
To
sanded
buff
this thing down, and it just came out. And in fact, it was so bright that the wife had her car parked beside it, and it melted the fender on the there's a little Honda Element.
Looks like original wooden frame on this one.
Yes, that's the original screen door, and it's the original. I think that's original ribbed trim on it. It was on the door when I got it.
And these are the parts that always take the most beating on any of these vintage trailers because they get open and close so much. This is in pretty good shape.
Well, part of the reason that these are all beat up on the inside of the door is because originally on the Spartans, they had a piece of material over here that was quilted to help with insulation. And so it holds moisture against it, and they just corrode. Well, you can see along the bottom how corroded it is.
Yeah.
And so this one, when we're camping, I'll just take the polish out and hand polish it, because I kind of forgot about the inside. And I redid the inside of the trailer, and then if you polish that or the door jambs, you're slinging black rubbing compound all over the inside of the trailer.
Exactly,
So.
yeah. Well, let's take a look inside.
All right.
Well, this is a trailer that other click-clack couch was in from the other Spartanette.
Yes, it was in the front.
Here.
This was actually out of a house.
Oh, wow.
I bought it and narrowed it so it would fit in the space. And we purposefully left space along both sides so that blankets with an antique card table in them.
Oh,
So I've got 3 matched card tables. They're all inlaid with wood. You can see one of them outside.
Yeah.
And so we put one on each side and one in the front.
Amazing.
All right, let's do it.
And you've been so popular today, I've had to wait
It's
till
the TV. Everybody likes.
calm down.
Everybody likes the TV. I think better than. So this is a very, very rare TV.
Yes.
This is from Telstar, and they made these very early 2000s, and there's very few made. They were a special
So it's a
order.
replica.
Yep. But it's licensed by Predicta, and my last offer I got was $3,000 for it. I'm $750 into
Yeah.
it, so. And my other half was totally against me getting this thing. We don't need this.
Yeah.
You've got a couple old TVs in here. I could hardly get it out of the house into the trailer because she thinks it's hers now.
Yeah, it's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
I love it, and I
I
love
still
how
have
it
a little work,
even puts
yeah.
the bars across the screen
Yeah.
like the old vintage ones.
Yeah. So I still have a little work to be done. This
Mm-hmm.
is, I found a window at a back east in a frame to go right here. There was an old swamp cooler.
I love this. I love the woodwork too. Almost it's a different color. It's not as honey colored. It's a little bit more white.
No,
maybe?
it's not honey colored. I did not want that much yellow in the trailer. And so we put 3 coats of pickled oak stain on it,
Ah,
and then put the clear over that.
that's what. Yeah, that pickled oak, which came really popular in the '60s, I think.
Yeah, and so it's a little yellow because of the urethane over it, but hopefully it won't yellow quite as, quite as much.
Dramatically. Yeah. Great.
So the inside of the cabinets, you can see how yellow that is.
Yeah, that would be the original color.
That was original color. I did not do anything to these other than put a fresh coat of urethane on them.
Oh wow.
Didn't wipe them down or sand them or anything.
And are these original light fixtures?
These two are not. They're propane, and Spartan never put propane lights in that I know of.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing it in a park model.
Yeah,
It wouldn't make a lot of
and we went straight from tent camping to this trailer.
Oh wow.
So I'd never had a trailer before, and I thought, well, I got to have options, right? So I put the propane lights in, and I think I've turned them on twice. So
Yeah. And I love the vintage TV set over here. This is actually a flat screen that you've mounted
it's
inside
a
of
flat
the home.
screen that I've mounted inside, and I have a laptop hooked up to it now. We put a Blu-ray in it and play DVDs or whatever as well.
And you've got the original refrigerator in yours.
Original refrigerator.
It is a Frigidaire in this model.
Yes.
I love it. Wow.
Like I say, I need more time to work on it. So it's just little things every year.
We never have enough time to work on what we want to.
So this trailer came out of the sister trailer, which is across the street
couch
here.
did?
Yep, this couch. And Mike had sold me the couch, and then because he
You got
wanted
those two
something
new
different,
chairs.
he wanted a more of a horseshoe conversation piece for people to sit and eat. So this turns into, it's a click-clack. It turns into a bed here. I found this 50s, it's an actual 50s diner north of
Oh,
Seattle.
is it? I was thinking, I was like, man, you guys got this covered like a diner, but it actually is
So-
from a diner.
It fit perfect, except for this part in front was exposed to the springs and all the interior. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to find something to put there. Here I was in an antique store locally, and I found this.
That
It was in an old salon, hair salon,
And it-
has. I mean, it just fit perfect. I was like,
Did
this
you
is-
have to shellac that to
I
get it
did.
the right color?
Yep, I sanded
I was
it
going to
down.
say, how did you get that the right color?
Yeah, and I restained it to match.
But I even love the hardware. The handles are great. Yeah, that is amazing. That was one of the first things I saw when I came in, and I thought you had paid to have this made because it's
not
dead
a
on the
tear
money.
on
It's a
it.
50s diner, yeah.
It was actually in an old building by Arlington, Washington, and the guy had a 50s photo shoot, like he made calendars.
So it looks like the countertops have been replaced.
The countertops have been replaced.
Backsplashes.
Backsplash has been replaced.
But is this the original stove for yours?
That is the original stove, yes.
Okay.
Pardon the dirty dishes, but we're right in the middle of the open house.
They
and-
made brownies and they had guests over, so yeah, we're gonna have dirty dishes.
Yes, we've had a few guests. We've had the guest book with 4
That's
or 5
what we have
pages.
here at Vintage Trailer Rallies. Open houses.
Yes.
For several hours, people can come by and check it out.
Yes, it's a lot of fun sharing its living history.
Yeah, let's check out the back.
So as you come back on the right, you've got the bathroom.
So this one's also had the countertop replaced.
Yes.
It looks like the original toilet and sink.
It's original.
And that's definitely the original shower.
Yes.
And are these the original light fixtures?
These are,
They sure look like it.
but I bought these
Little cover pieces.
the cover pieces because they just look so mid-century that I had to have those instead. The other ones were tulip originals. They look more 60s or 70s.
And this is one of the things I always love about Spartans is they actually have like a real kitchen in them with like a full refrigerator and everything because people lived in these trailers. This looks like the original fridge.
Yeah, this old fridge here is very sensitive. It, like the previous owner warned me, he says, "Be careful, it'll freeze your beer." So my meat, everything I got to put on the bottom shelf because this freezer, if you put it on the upper shelf, that's not the defrost shelf.
It really likes it works though. That's the thing. It works real good.
I was just telling a story that I had to go to this event a while back, and I had to bring the trailer in because it was very, very tight parking. I had to be there 3 days early to just get in. And I had been camping the previous weekend, and I had prawns in that freezer. And I kept telling myself, don't forget about your prawns because you'll be able to get down there. There's no power to hook up. This runs off 110. Friday night, I'm sitting, laying in bed. I'm like, oh, my prawns. I got down there the next day, still frozen. The fridge is airtight. I was impressed.
That's awesome.
So I know it's built to last.
The Crosley.
Yep.
So was this butcher block on here before?
No, the owner, his wife put it on. Yep. I thought it was actually stock, but it's not.
Yeah.
But this was the original
backsplash.
Yep. And then they had put the black on up here.
Yeah. It's always so hard to capture these, even with a wide angle lens on a camera.
Yeah.
It's so tight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that black splash.
This isn't the original stove. He found this in Idaho. There was an avocado stove that he had in here, but this is definitely period correct stove.
Yeah, the avocado stove would definitely not.
Yeah, it had to go.
Yeah.
All
and
over
it matches the sink, so you got
sink's
that right.
original. Yep. And I got my 1950s microwave.
That's only in the Fallout video games. That's what
And when you're camping and stuff's going quick.
Then you got the boyfriend door, as always.
Yep.
You could definitely tell that these two are so close together. And so was your bed originally two as well, or do you think it was originally one?
This one was a single.
Okay.
The nightstands on each side are original.
Oh wow.
And this has one window in the back, where if they had two beds,
I can sit back up there.
If they had two beds, they would have two windows, one above each person's
Oh, that
head
makes sense.
for fresh air,
All right.
whatever.
So no Desi and Lucy back here, baby.
Nope. Yeah, so it should have a mirror here. Someday I will put one on.
Get one back up, but you still got the place for makeup and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I'd go with like an oval mirror. That'd be me.
Well, yeah, but see, I still got the lines from the fading.
Oh, you do?
So
I thought that was just shadow.
No.
So the mirror went like on both sides.
And it was broken here. Yes, it's supposed to be a glass mirror, which is really heavy.
Yeah.
We were going to put an acrylic mirror here, and I put an acrylic one in the bathroom, which is a lot smaller. And if you start looking at it closely, it's almost like a carnival mirror. It has a little distortion.
Yeah, it does weird stuff. We have one in our trailer.
Yes, so I'm not sure I want to put a large acrylic mirror in there.
We're gonna go back to where the magic happens.
Yep.
Oh wow, you got a bunch of pictures of the bulls.
Yeah. These are just pictures I've got off the Spartan pages and
Spartan.
but this is the way she was found right here.
Oh wow.
And then they had done this little work to it. He built the two. I think it had two separate beds back here. He built the nightstands. And then this was their first campground. Chuck and Linda were their name. And then this is at Mount Shasta where we picked the trailer up.
Oh wow.
And then
There's
this is
polishing
the
done.
shop.
So you can see the top where it's not polished and the bottom where it is polished.
So they had sanded this part. And so they were hitting it with different.
And that's it coming out of the shop, all polished and shiny. Wow.
This is our first trip over Highway 20 here in Washington to Winthrop.
Well, that picture is gorgeous there in the middle. And that looks like out of a magazine.
And yeah, it's got a little makeup area for Mama.
Oh yeah.
We've got, you know, like I said, there's no tank, so it's a regular house toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, warn the neighbors, fire in a hole.
And the original.
Yeah. I started
shower.
polishing that. A lot of guys polish these. It was a lot shinier than that. I didn't finish, but you know, you get soap and everything, and pretty soon it starts getting faded. And
wow. This is amazing. This is definitely a time capsule and a half.
so I didn't have a handle on here when I bought the trailer, and I was able to, you know, it's pretty cool. You can get on this. There's several Spartan pages on Facebook, and somebody had salvaged one, grabbed it. I had it all polished out, but so many hands hidden in it.
The boyfriend door in the back and everything.
Yeah. Better not be.
That's why you have to keep the shotgun by the
That's
boyfriend
right.
door. Keep the boyfriends away.
That's right.
All right. Well, many
So
more
that's,
happy travels with you for this one, I
Yeah,
hope.
we enjoy this thing. People ask me all the time, how do you tow that long thing? So I know I drive truck for a living, so it's child's play.
Bossa Nova.